The silence was almost absolute. There were no sounds, just the faint rhythm of breaths from those still lost in dreams. But then, without warning, the world shifted. Maria woke with a jolt, gasping for air, her heart racing uncontrollably. She felt disoriented, as if she were in a place she didn't recognize. But that was impossible. She was in her room, in her bed. Yet in the darkness, there was something more: images and sounds that didn't belong to her life. An altar covered in ancient symbols, hooded figures chanting in a forgotten language, and a sense of impending doom, something drawing ever closer with each passing second. These memories weren't hers. She had never been in such a place, yet they felt as real as anything she had ever experienced. Terrified she was losing her sanity, Maria tried to push them away, but they persisted, like an unrelenting echo in her mind. Thousands of miles away, in a small village in Ireland, Liam awoke the same way, his hands trembling as he tried to erase the same images. In the United States, a man named Jacob opened his eyes, sweat dripping down his forehead, as his mind replayed rituals he had never witnessed. And so, across the world, others awoke, haunted by memories that weren't their own. In the days that followed, these individuals, who had no connection to one another, began to communicate, united by this disturbing experience. Through obscure forums on the internet, they found each other, sharing their fear and confusion. And one thing became clear: they all felt an irrational, overpowering urge to travel to a specific place. It was as if an invisible force was compelling them to that destination, a remote village in Romania, hidden in the shadows of the Carpathian Mountains. Without fully understanding why, they prepared and set out, feeling as though their lives depended on it. When they arrived, the air was charged, almost tangible, with an electricity that made their skin crawl. It was as if the place had been waiting for them. The village seemed frozen in time, with cobblestone streets and old buildings that appeared untouched by modernity. But what frightened them most was the emptiness. There was no sign of life. The houses, though well preserved, were empty, as if the inhabitants had left abruptly. Guided by their shared memories, the group made their way to a ruined church in the heart of the village. The church, ancient and decrepit, was the exact place they had seen in their visions. Inside, they found the altar, covered in dust, but still bearing the same mysterious symbols etched into its surface. As they explored, they began to understand the purpose of their summoning. Each of them, through the memories, knew a part of the ritual that needed to be performed. They were there to renew an ancient pact, a pact their ancestors had made to contain a primordial evil, a being of darkness that had once ravaged humanity. But there was a problem: they weren't sure if they could complete the ritual in time, or even if all of them were truly willing to play their part. As night fell over the village, they gathered at the altar, hesitant, but aware they had no choice. The atmosphere was heavy, and a shadow seemed to move in the depths of the church, watching them. The ritual began, each word spoken with caution, each movement executed with precision. But as they progressed, a sense of betrayal began to grow. Among them, there was a traitor, someone with hidden intentions, someone who didn't want to renew the pact, but to free the evil. Suspicion mounted, and the fear of failure gripped them. They had been manipulated from the start, their memories altered to serve a dark purpose. In the final hour of the ritual, the betrayal was revealed. Liam, who had seemed one of the most committed, undid a crucial part of the ritual, releasing the very evil they had feared. The ground trembled, and an indescribable darkness began to spread through the village. But not all was lost. Maria, who still held a fragment of the original memory, realized there was one last chance to stop the catastrophe. In a desperate act of courage, she sacrificed her own life, completing the ritual in the only way left. Her sacrifice sealed the evil away once more, but at a terrible cost. By dawn, the village was deserted once again. The evil had been contained, but the marks of its power remained. Those who survived left the village, carrying invisible scars, aware they had prevented a catastrophe, but also that the evil could never be destroyed completely. The story spread, like a whisper on the wind, warning those who dared to listen. And so, the cycle of fear and sacrifice continued, while humanity remained unaware of the danger lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to return.